Hi everybody, Mrs. Miller here. Well, we finished up our first unit in Accelerated Langen Comp, and by now you should be putting either the very final editing touches on your narrative or it's already uploaded to both Canvas and Turnitin. So, because many of you are already done, we're going to move on to our next unit. You'll have time in class to work on this unit, and you can, on your own time, put those finishing touches on it and get it uploaded to both Turnitin and to Canvas. Honestly, the narratives are one of our most favorite essays to read because we really get to know you through these writings. So, we're moving on to our grammar unit. We find that a lot of students either have not had grammar since very early in their educational process, or maybe they haven't had formal grammar training at all. So this is where we really go back to the nuts and bolts of writing. We look at the basic rules of writing, we review the strongest principles of writing, and then we hope to see that in your writing as we go forward. So we're going to use two texts primarily for this particular unit. The first one is Strunk and White. And sorry if there's a glare on this. These are the same book. This is just the most recent edition of it. You can get it online, but I do recommend that if you are able to purchase a copy, it's a really good book just to have in your library to go back and reference as you write further in your career. So this particular book, Elements of Style, was written primarily by E.B. White, and you'll know him as the author of Trumpet of the Swan, Stuart Little, Charlotte's Web. He took a book that was given to him in college by his professor, William Strunk Jr. He revised it, and it's become one of the primary style guides used in writing today. The other book that we're going to use is William Zinsser's On Writing Well, and again, those are available online. It's a great book to have in your library if you're somebody who plans on doing some more writing. Not only will this unit help with the writing that we're going to do in composition class, but it also helps prep you for some of what I like to call the alphabet tests, the ACT and the SAT, and your junior year, the PSAT or the pre-SAT. So the PSAT is given on Wednesday, October 14th, and just stay tuned. We'll give you details on how to register for that test. The important thing to know about the PSAT is, honestly, I don't think there's a downside to taking the test because it's going to give you back your questions. It will show you the areas that you had strengths in, but also the areas you need to work on. And it's also the national qualifying test for the National Merit Scholarship Program. Every year I have kids who say, well, I don't think I'd qualify for that, and every year I have students who do. So it's a great opportunity to kind of get your feet wet with some of the tests that you'll need for your entrance exams for college. Our goals for this unit are pretty basic. We want you to have a good understanding of the basic vocabulary of grammar. Then we want you to really look at punctuation rules, specifically commas and semicolons, how and when to use a dash, how to write with parallel construction, and how to edit to be clear and concise, and we know that you are always clever. All right, let's just have a real quick conversation about college classes. Any college class that you go into, there will be some language that you don't know. There'll be vocabulary with which you're unfamiliar, and it's your job to sit down and learn that vocabulary. Some professors may give you quizzes over vocabulary, but more often than not, they're just going to expect you to master that. So that's the same when it comes to studying grammar. Let's look at number 7. Use a colon after an independent clause that introduces a list of particulars and a positive, an amplification, or an illustrative quotation. Well, I'm pretty sure that most of you don't know an appositive, what an appositive is, but you may also not know what particulars are, or amplification, or an illustrative quotation. Or you may think you know, but you're not really positive. Take the time and learn the vocabulary. That's really important because it's hard to master these rules if you don't know that.